Alright, so a data download just dropped a few hours ago. And we got 4 new ECAs. Now, this is typically a week where we get a bunch of ECAs. I think last year we got 4 ECAs, so I guess was it 4 ECAs? I think it's from Reps Universe 7, right? Uh Jeez, it's been a while, but yeah. We got 4 new ECAs that have been dropped. Their info has already been dropped this morning as well. We have, oh my god. Actually, I don't think the global data download has dropped yet, right? No. Okay. Just for clarification, uh, if you're not familiar, global dropped PAIKUHAN and Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku, but way before, I think it was way before, JP got them. So they were technically global exclusives first, before JP got them. So I bring them up right here. Yeah, this is the ints. And then we go to Other World Warriors actually. And then you'll understand what I'm talking about here. So, Other World Warriors. Now we got one. And then we got. Where's he? Where's PyCon? I cannot. Oh, here it is. They're literally right next to each other. We have PyCon who released as an STR, but on JP he released as an int, just for discrepancy. They have mentioned that they weren't going to do ECAs for these kinds of units, but I guess they are. Their stats are going to be slightly different due to the stats that were given out for global versus JP. So let's jump right into this. I think we'll start with the ones I just mentioned. Kaioken Goku and PyCon. Jesus, dude. They're from 2016. They ECA'd 9 years later. Wow. It really has been a hot minute. So, uh, let's see what they got because their kit is bare bones as hell. So leader skills. So this is Kaioken Goku's leader skill. Oh, bro. Wait. Okay, hold on. Let's see. 3 key 100% stats to physical. So his stats are, well, I think the stats are just exactly the same. I have to double check because I think they're the same. Because that's base level, right? 11. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Just want to be sure. So, what are we looking at here? He hits 4 key, 200% attack defense with a high chance to dodge, and then randomly changes int key spheres to another type. Wait, so it just randomly changes to any other typing? That's pretty useful, at least, to a certain degree. To a certain degree, because there are some units that do rely on specific kind of key spheres, or specific type key spheres is what I should be saying. There are some, but not all. When receiving attacks, survives KO attacks up to 1. Wow, okay, so you don't get one. So you put this unit in slot 1, you will not get one-shotted. Potentially not one-shotted, but of course you will probably get one-shotted. Maybe you put this unit in slot 3. You'll be fine, I guess. When HP is 80% or more, he gets 100% defense. When HP is 80% or less, he changes physical to SCR. Wait, physical to SCR? Okay. When super attacking, he gets 100% attack and defense, and then gets additional 50% attack and defense if HP is less than 80% or less. With an SCR or physical key sphere, he gets 2 additional super attacks. For every SCR physical key sphere obtained, he gets 40% attack and 10% crit, no limit. And if he gets an AGL attack or int key sphere, he gets guard. And then for every AGL attack or int, he gets 20% attack and defense and 5% dodge. Interesting. So, it looks like if you want to be more defensive, AGL, Tech, or Inski Spears are your best friends. It seems like it, but his orb changing is heavily reliant on going physical or SCR, which makes you want to go for the SCR physical key spirit ability, getting 40% attack and 10% crit. But I prefer going. I'm pretty much more balanced with defense being a priority. So having guard and dodge with additional stats, even if it's lower, I prefer doing that rather than going full damage. I'll be honest. Even though you do get 2 additional guaranteed supers, which is also pretty good. I prefer to be more defensive. And considering the fact that events are long and they are dangerously insane, even with the dodge though, even with the high chance to dodge, which I believe adds on top of it, if I remember correctly, uh, it's just what you call it. I guess it's just very situational. I like the unit, but it looks very situational. All right, let's go to his super attack. Oh, okay. As expected from a Kaioken Goku, I guess, you do lose HP when you super attack. It is a little bit dangerous to do 2 additional supers because potentially you might lose. But obviously with this, you technically don't lose. If you're like at 1% HP or something like that, you don't die. That's the only caveat of this unit, but I think it's just better to go with AGL Tech or Int. I guess that's the reason why he also has that changing int key spirits to another typing. Just so that if it is either of those, you have a chance to dodge and have guard just in case. Having 2 defensive mechanics is much better than just having offensive mechanics in general, but that's just how I see it. Okay, actually, let me see. Who did he link well with? Okay, it looks like he links pretty much well with what you'll call it. Every Kaioken Goku, every other Super Saiyan Goku, and every other character, every other Goku who has over in a flash or something like that. Yeah, the stats aren't too bad either, though, by the way. They're pretty much very close to Dokkan, well, regular Dokkan Fest stats. That's the thing I wanted to bring up too. Right, I've talked about it long enough. Let's go into PAIKUHAN. Now, actually, if I bring up this PAIKUHAN, you can see stat-wise, at 100%, do they have the same stats? No. Int PAIKUHAN stats have higher defense and lower attack than SCR PAIKUHANs, which means that their stats are different. If I remember correctly, that is how they are. I think they might have fixed them here, but let's see. See, 10, 5, 3, 8, and then 5, 2, 3, 9 at base. Oh. Oh, they are the same. They're exactly the same, but the difference is coming out of whatchamacallit. Them being different typings because they get different bonuses. Because PAIKUHAN gets 5,000 across the board, I think. Int PAIKUHAN does it, but SCR PAIKUHAN has a higher attack buff, if I remember correctly. This is weird. But yeah, let's talk about him. So, 150% attack and defense to start turn. All enemies lose 50% defense, and then has an additional that's a high chance of becoming a super. Okay. For 4 turns, from character's entry, he has a high chance to dodge. Okay. Not too bad. I feel like it could have been I feel like it should be permanent in my opinion, but let's see what this other stuff has. Now for every super attack performed, he gets 1 key, 20% attack and defense, and it's permanent stacking. And it's permanent. And then has a chance to crit and a chance to dodge plus 10% of some max of 50. So then he has a high 50% chance to dodge. He essentially has a high chance to dodge at the end. Or actually, I think it stacks as well. When the enemy is attacked on a defense down status, he gets 100% attack. Before receiving an attack, he has 50% damage reduction. And when all allies in the same rotation are Otherworld Warriors or tournament participants, he gets 100% attack and defense. He gets crit and damage reduction by 20%. And then he has a guaranteed additional that has a great chance of becoming a super. If you have a rotation of Otherworld Warriors or tournament participants. 70% damage reduction isn't bad, but you just need a full rotation of tournament participants, which is not bad, in my opinion. I'll have to see this unit in action. I don't know if I can say he's truly good. At least from what I'm seeing right here, his stats are pretty much almost Dokkan Fest level. But that's all I can say. What's a super attack? Raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does bring damage and greatly lowers the defense attack. Greatly lowers attack. Okay. That's pretty good. Pretty much a generic super attack effect for a lot of units. Sorry, I'm tired today. Alright. Oh boy. Oh boy. Why do you all exist here? Okay. Let's talk about the pretty much the big elephants in the room. It's the what you call it? They're the New Year's 2020 Dual Dokkan Fest. Or actually 2021 to be exact. New Year's 2021, but let's talk about him. So we'll start with JANEMBA since he's already at the bottom. Now it looks like they're all actually I forgot to even mention this. It looks like they're all using these guys, what you call it? All of them are using what you call it? These two are using the PAIKUHAN EZA mills, which means they're gonna be just what you call it? You're gonna have to use less of their metals, less of his metals to EZA them. Okay. Now let's talk about him. So, let's see. Corroded body and mind 3 key 180% or 3 key 130% to extreme class. Okay, I can live with that. He's 180% attack and defense with guard, 50% damage reduction, and then 2 key 30% attack and defense. That's pretty good. That's really good. If you get 3 or more type key spheres, he gives corroded body and mind or uncontrollable power 30% attack and defense. Okay. Uncontrollable power definitely needs more support. And corroded body and mind also needs a lot of support. So I'm glad they're doing this. Launches an additional that has a great chance of becoming super. Oh my god, I'm tired today. And then gets okay, if you get 1 or more rainbow key spheres, he gets 150% defense and 30% damage reduction. And then for every attack received, he gets 20% attack up to a max of 100 and loses 5% damage reduction up to no more than minus 50%. In other words, you need to get hit 10 times to lose your 50% damage reduction. So out of that, you only have 30% damage reduction with one rainbow key sphere. That's pretty much it. I'd say it's pretty useful. And then super attack, stacks attack. Raises defense one turn, does immense damage. I believe the active skill stays the same, so there's no change at the moment, right? Yeah, there's no change. Or are you... Okay, here. So when you use the active skill to go into JANEMBA, which actually... That was... Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Oh, wow. 21k attack, 22k HP. Oh, wow, okay. So, let's see. Base kit gives him 200% attack defense. Randomly changes key spheres to any other type key sphere. Changes AGL to rainbow, has guard, and then has a high chance of dodge. No, I'll live with that, I guess. Let's see. 3 or more type key spheres obtained. He gets 100% attack and defense, and then a guaranteed additional super. If you get 1 or more rainbow key spheres, he gets a 30% chance to dodge. Before receiving an attack, he gets 30% damage reduction. After dodging, he performs a guaranteed crit during the turn. And then if he attacks with 12 or more key spheres, he gets 250% attack and defense. Considering his stats already, and considering that he has 30% damage reduction for everything, the unit is pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Because you have to wait 5 turns to transform into this guy. But he's more going to be he's going to be more of a defensive juggernaut as you want him to be. So the more hits he takes, the lower his defenses are going to be. That's pretty much how he works. But I don't see that being a problem, considering that he's also support. So I'm going to say he's very good. Now, let's go to PAIKUHAN. Yeah, let's go to PAIKUHAN. Right here. So he's a Connected Hope, 3 key 180, or Superclass 3 key 130. He gets 200% attack and defense. Oh, actually, before we continue on, these are his stats, which are also not bad. They're very good. Alright. Going back into here. I have too many windows open. 200% attack and defense with dodge, a high chance of dodge, and gives Superclass allies 2 key 30% attack and defense. That's really good. Very good so far. For 7 turns, gets 200% defense and guard with 3 or more type key spheres. For 7 turns for character's entry. So that's for 7 turns, if I didn't mention that. And then the 3 or more type key spheres, he gives 30% attack and defense to Connected Hope or Otherworld warriors. And then launches an additional that's a great chance of becoming super. They're pretty much almost exactly identical. With 1 or more rainbow key spheres, he gets 4 key, a 20% chance to dodge, and then seals for 2 turns. And then with 12 or more key, he gets 200% attack defense. That's pretty good as well. I know he has a unit super. Let's see what it is. Greatly raises attack and defense. One turn, doesn't make damage and lowers attack. That's nothing. Can only be activated when there's a Goku Angel or Vegeta Angel in the rotation. Basically, it just greatly raises attack and defense. That's all it does. That's all it does. Greatly raises attack and defense for a turn. Does immense damage. And attacks are effective against all types. So as long as you have an Otherworld Warrior category unit on the team, he should be fine. But it's very situational in most cases with this kind of effects. But I can say that all these guys are pretty good. I think Janemba might be the best defensively, in my opinion, but we shall see. Also, we got some new stuff in here. So I did mention that a lot of the units will be awakening from PAIKUHAN's medals, but here's the thing. They're not separate events. They're a single extreme Z battle, which means you're only able to get 30 stones, not 60. Sorry, guys. It's not a bad call in my opinion, but I kind of wish it wasn't. What you call it? I wish it wasn't just one easy extreme Z battle. I wish it was two. I think a lot of people would have preferred it anyways. We also do have the new Patan Battle Series 20 cards or stickers, and these aren't too bad. I think this is the only LR we'll probably get. No, there's probably another one. We haven't seen it yet. There's nothing much in here, but I think that is pretty much it, right? I forget what the Extreme Z Battle weakness is. Probably have to take a look, but for now, that's it. I don't see any new missions that have been added onto here, which means that they're probably hidden somewhere on the database. But like I said, I'm done for now. I might just record one more video and then just leave, but we'll see. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the new EZAs, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.